Hello and welcome to another edition of On Board with Cruise Passenger. I'm Rose Jacobs, your host.
And I'm Peter Lynch, Editor-in-Chief of cruisepassenger.com.au and Cruise and Travel magazine.
In a few short weeks, Oceania Cruises will be celebrating one of those rare, momentous moments in the life of a cruise line.
Oh, yes.
This is the launch of a brand new ship.
In the beautiful city of Rome, the line will unveil to the public its ship of the future, a small vessel meticulously designed, which is joining a line which boasts the best cuisine at sea.
That is seriously a very big call, Peter.
Yes, but we've both eaten on board Oceania, and you've got to admit that it's an elegant and very special experience.
Yes, I wouldn't disagree with you for a moment, not for one single morsel.
Yeah, we better tell our listeners that they should be well fed when listening to this podcast, because there's a lot of gorgeous food we're going to be talking about.
Disclaimer, don't listen to this podcast today if you've not eaten yet. It's like doing the supermarket shop if you're starving. Don't do it.
And now here's the really great news. When that gleaming new Oceania Vista leaves Rome for her first journey with passengers, we'll be there.
Ooh.
One of the few lucky people to experience.
No, hang on a sec. When you say we will be...
Yeah, well, okay, I'll be there.
You'll be there. How on earth did you manage to score that one, Peter?
It's a long story, but trust me, there is something wonderful about being the first person in a long line of guests who will sleep in a suite that will sail the seas for 30 years. I mean, that's how long a ship can last. So sailing a new one is really very special.
I'm so jealous. I'm picturing you lining up in that long line of guests, already wearing your silk pajamas.
Yes.
Your slippers, your little eye mask, ready to tuck yourself in for a lovely
How did
journey.
you know?
Half your luck, Peter. Now, I'm guessing there won't be room for any stowaways.
Oh, no, I'm so sorry. But look, we do have a very special offer for listeners. If you book 7 days after hearing this podcast, you'll get an exclusive wine bundle of 3 bottles while on board, courtesy of Oceania Cruises.
Nice one.
Bottoms up.
Bottoms
up. Sounds like a great offer. Now, here to tell us about the Vista is Jason Worth, Asia Pacific Vice President, Sales and General Manager of Oceania Cruises. Welcome, Jason.
In other words, that means big deal.
Big deal, yes. He'll get me an upgrade.
And lovely guy. And Jason, you're my new best friend.
Oh, thanks, Rose. And it's good to be here with you and Peter.
Excellent.
Well, we're pretty excited to have you here because this is a big announcement.
It is. You can see that champagne crashing on the bows now, right?
Yes.
So Oceania is a small line that's become a bit of an Australian favourite. Upper premium, big on space and unique experiences in the places they visit. So tell us about Vista. She joins 6 other small ships in the Oceania Fleet, but she has quite a few firsts, Jason.
Yes. So we're really excited about Vista. One of the new things we've done is taken a ship in similar size to our O-class ships, Riviera and Marina, but we have less staterooms. So there's more room for the public spaces and restaurants, and we're really focused on the culinary theme there.
Sounds great.
Okay, so tell us more about the space on board. I mean, we're talking about a maximum of 1,200 passengers?
Yeah, 1,200 passengers on Vista, and that's similar to our O-class at 1,238, so slightly less. We've also added a beautiful library furnished by Ralph Lauren Home, over 2,000 books.
That sounds like my kind of library, actually. I'd be right at home there. Yes. Yeah,
and like you said, we're definitely going to talk about the restaurant concepts. There's so many to choose from.
Now, in terms of one very special feature that I've been given a heads up about, there's nothing more elegant in my book than a grand staircase on board a ship. Tell us about this.
Glistening floor-to-ceiling staircase. It's a wow factor. When you're walking into the reception area of the ship, it's the first thing you see. and it's just a floor-to-ceiling chandelier, beautiful in style, and it's stunning.
Oh my God. Would it be perfectly acceptable for someone such as myself to just, spend the majority of the cruise sliding down the banister?
I knew you were going to be
How
saying
did
that.
you know that?
I can only tell you the Swarovski rocks would probably make that an uncomfortable ride, wouldn't it, Jason?
Indeed. But, it's a beautiful spot to really hang out. We have our string quartet just above the reception area playing for you when you return from a shore excursion. It's a great experience.
It just sounds like the epitome of elegance, really, to me. But now a staircase is one thing. There's nothing better than a spa on board a ship, right? So I'm also told one of the brand new special features is the Aquamar Spa and Vitality Center.
Oh, it sounds
Yes.
The
details. We'll be there.
So we have our own Aquamar Spa on all our ships, and with Vista, we're taking it one step further. We actually have our own plunge pool in the spa area. So not only do you have the public pool area, in the middle of the ship, but you also have an Aquamar Spa plunge pool. It's a beautiful experience. Then we have a private concierge area where guests can have key card access to as well, if you want a little on and off.
I'm in heaven. As Peter knows well and truly, every single cruise I go on, if I'm lost or missing at any point in time, I'll be found near the spa.
That's why Rose is known as the jacuzzi queen of cruise.
I'm okay with that phrase. So, I guess, the Aquamar Spa is absolutely a very special experience in itself. But like you said, there's a real emphasis on vitality and wellness that goes hand in hand with this. I'm really curious to know more.
Yeah, we definitely have a collection of holistic wellness encounters on board. And then we also have added shore excursions where you can choose these wellness tours with a very small group of people. Things like morning sunrise yoga and a mud experience to choose from, just to mention too.
Peter,
Yeah, no.
Yes.
Not that you'll be doing that, Rose.
I'll be throwing mud at you. Sorry, did I say that out loud?
You did.
Yeah, okay. Carry on, Jason. Mud, yes?
And it's really, a way for people to rest up, relax, enjoy the surroundings on board and ashore. So some people love cuisine, and we've actually added Aquamar Kitchen, which is a new restaurant concept for breakfast and lunch, which is related to the fine dining, to the wellness experience at Aquamar Spa.
Yeah, I mean, it's really interesting because I think Oceania is suggesting, and I think this is so true of the times and really on trend, that guests are looking for personal renewal when they go on an Oceania cruise. They're looking to come off feeling better.
Absolutely. A reboot, a reset. It's not like, some people take a holiday and then they say, oh, God, I need a holiday to recover from the holiday.
Yes, you're right. Whatever happened to that phrase?
No, this is the opposite. This is truly where you come off thinking, and in fact, this is interesting. There's been a new study saying that lifestyle and wellness style living equals greater longevity.
Yes.
So a cruise like this, let's make this the new marketing slogan. You're going to live longer after a cruise on Oceania.
Well, that's you'll be absolutely inundated after this, Jason. Okay.
And you said it.
I said it here first.
And when we reach 110, you'll have to continue to let us cruise.
Try kicking us off. Yeah.
So wellness is a way of life really does sound really interesting. But personally, I like the sound of the restorative Himalayan saltstone massage.
Oh.
Warm salt stones bathed in personally selected aromatics to diffuse negative energy. Not that I have any of that.
No.
Reduce stress and improve mental alertness.
Did you just stumble on the phrase mental alertness?
Yes.
I think you need to get on this cruise quick, smart, Peter.
Yes.
Okay. Now, steady on. Let's not get too carried away.
Oh, why not?
Well, all right. I want to know the details here. I loved the sound of the Discovery tours. So how about this one? This is featuring reflexology on a rice barge
What?
in Bangkok. You heard that right. So apparently while we're cruising, I said the calm waters of Bangkok's Chao Phraya River on a historical wooden rice barge, guests, that's us, will benefit from reflexology, a foot therapy that is thought to enhance relaxation and reduce pain. It's a traditional reflexologist who will gently apply pressure to the feet, following a foot chart that details the corresponding organs and body systems. Seriously.
Well, it gets my vote.
I am in.
When Wellfulness and Mindfulness this is one that I really love. Wellfulness and Mindfulness at Vina Casa Martin, Santiago, Chile. It pairs yoga, pranayama.
No, I'm just
breathing.
going to correct you there because I don't know if you know this, but I am actually a qualified yoga instructor.
I do know you're
Okay, so all right, I'm taking over. It pairs yoga with pranayama.
Pranayama.
Breathing
Yes.
and mindful meditation.
At a picturesque boutique winery where guests will also learn about its history and micro terriers.
Or in French, they would say micro terroirs.
I'm
terroir-
still stuck at pranayama. So
It's not a terrier.
it's not a song.
It's not a
pranayama.
terrier. That sounds vicious. A micro terrier. That's like a chihuahua.
But it
No.
does sound like a fantastic expedition, I must say, in which you'd get just about everything. So you've got that fantastic mindfulness, and on top of that, you get a gourmet lunch and a great visit to a winery.
It does,
Jason,
but-
it's just, what more could you ask?
And not just any boutique winery. This is like in France, actually, the micro terroir. So that's basically talking about the tiny, the soil, basically, which is not just any organic, amazing, accredited wine. We're talking about some of the best wineries.
Well, whatever the Chileans say for Premier Cru.
Well, it's true, and I have actually personally visited some of these Chilean wineries as well. They are some of the best in the world.
I would agree with that. I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah, the Malbecs. Amazing. So, Jason, we haven't let you get a word in edgewise.
Well, I'll tell you, what you're painting is the picture of balancing wellness and indulgence, which we do really well at Oceania Cruises.
Well said, Jason. That's exactly what I feel. That balance.
Well, some people do believe that the endorphins created by having a glass of wine far outweighs any negative benefits.
So can you actually breathe pranayama while having a glass of wine?
I'm not sure. I personally have not attempted it, but
Could be a world first.
I'm certain I could get you into a headstand position, Peter, and a long straw, and we'll just see what happens.
Let's move on to the vitality cuisine in the grand dining room, Jason.
We're having too much fun, honestly.
Yes, exactly.
Don't let us on board.
Yeah, well, so the Aquamar Spa that I mentioned before has quite a select menu for breakfast and lunch. And this is a new thing for us. Typically, we have the Aquamar Spa dining options in our grand dining room on all our ships. But on Vista, we're launching our own Aquamar kitchen. So it'll have all those items in that restaurant concept. And so things like a green apple muesli with pistachios, pecans, raisins for breakfast, avo toast, which is always a hit in Australia.
Oh,
Of
yeah,
course.
that's a big one here. Yep.
But also things like cold pressed juices, smoothies, and it's all included. So you're not, paying for it at all.
I
And
love
it's
that.
Yeah.
And it's obviously in keeping with the regions that you're visiting as well. So, you've got your somtam green papaya kelp noodle salad for dinner. Wow.
Our listeners are going to have their tongues hanging out.
I
at this
know.
rate.
And then
Oceania's galley offerings need no introduction to cruise passenger readers. I must say
yes.
that we voted Oceania Cruises best line for food 5 years in a row.
That's pretty big.
That's amazing. So our readers really know that Oceania serves great food.
Yes, they're big foodies. They're very savvy, and they're not easily impressed. So that's massive. Big applause. Yes. Okay, so I guess we're saying that the wellness theme is really right across every single part of the experience that you will have on board. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I would say it's definitely an option for everyone, and they'll, like you said, come away feeling great after their cruise. But we do have a number of indulgences on board,
Here it
and
comes.
they will not be disappointed. We have more specialty restaurants than we've ever had, and we'll definitely have to walk through those because you know I'm getting hungry right now just thinking
Yeah,
about it.
yeah, I am too.
Yeah, look, I think the other thing to emphasize before we go into that delicious sounding list, Jason, is that it's all included, which is really unusual. And many listeners will be very surprised by that, having gone onto ships and intend to go to specialty restaurants and have found themselves being charged for it. So I think that's really something to emphasize. All of this gorgeous grub that you're going to hear about.
Oh, gorgeous crab.
You can,
You're so Australian. Oh.
you are going to be able to eat without paying.
Well, I think perhaps it's better to describe that this is
This gorgeous grub.
this gorgeous grub has actually been, hand designed by Jacques Papin,
Yes.
who's written 30 cookbooks, and he's been chef to 3 heads of state in France and happens to be your culinary director. Am I right there, Jason?
That's right. And Jacques Pepin has been with us since the beginning, over 20 years of business at Oceania Cruises. So he's really instrumental in laying the groundwork for what we do on board. And, we have a number of restaurants. It starts with a grand dining room, though. That's our kind of centerpiece. You'll see a beautiful chandelier there as well. And it has quite an array of menu items that change daily.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to pause there to say that Oceania ships really are gorgeous. And the grand dining room is an absolute case in point. Chandeliers, cut glass, Versace plates. It's really very special. It's like nothing else you've been in.
It's the showstopper.
It absolutely is. And again, I would say that sense of space that we talked about earlier is there too. So it's called a grand dining room because it's really very big. You will absolutely feel you're in a very, very special dining room.
Just the glamour. Entering a room like that, I mean, those are the moments where you forget that you're on a cruise ship entirely and you feel as though you're in one of the most beautiful rooms on earth.
I agree. And also, the thing I love about those grand dining rooms is they maintain that personal service. There's an incredible hierarchy. There'll be a maitre d'. You will have your own personal waiter. There'll be a sommelier who will bring you your wine. It's really lovely.
It brings out the best in everyone. Yes.
And the great thing about the grand dining room is you don't need reservations. So there's no wait. You can just come on in whenever you're ready for dinner and enjoy with others or by yourself.
Yeah.
As you said, because the emphasis with the new ship is really about having that spaciousness. And so I can imagine that that's also really a feature within all of the dining options. There's no lining up or, being missing out. It's very inclusive, but you still feel like you're treated as a very, very special guest on board at all times.
But I must say, Jason just alluded to it, that you can dine on your own, but you can actually dine with others is really one of the greatest highlights of going on a cruise. You've been out, say, in the Mediterranean, you've been looking at a gorgeous city filled with history. There's nothing nicer than sitting down with like-minded people who you've just met, maybe in the cocktail bar, and saying, look, let's dine together, and then having a conversation that's not just about the day, but also finding out about their lives and discovering, a whole new place.
And telling stories about what you've experienced that day. I mean, Peter would be sitting there with a room full of total strangers trying to explain how he was doing a headstand and drinking red wine at the same time.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, there's endless...
While doing pranayama breathing. It would be the high spot of the cruise.
Endless friendships and connections to be had on board. So, okay, Peter, I'm told that
You're so right.
You have a personal favourite.
I do indeed. Red ginger, which is great fusion food. And as everyone knows, I love Asian fusion. It's just great seafood with an Asian twist, like miso glazed sea bass, for instance. Sorry to keep doing this to these
Yum.
listeners, but lobster pad thai or red snapper in banana leaf. I could actually read out the whole menu, Jason, but I'm not going to.
And I'll tell you, Peter, my favorite on the existing ships is red ginger as well.
Yeah.
But on Vista, I think it's going to be Ember, which is our
Oh.
new American concept, as you can tell from my accent there. We've added Ember, serves American classics like blackened Maryland crab cakes on a corn salsa, or braised short ribs on polenta,
Oh man.
or finish it off with a dessert of apple crisp on sweet corn ice cream.
Oh my
Oh
gosh,
my
sweet corn ice cream.
God. How on earth can that all be included?
Yes, it's incredible. But what about Toscana with its hand-blown Venetian glass and more Versace china?
Wow. And Polo Grill, which serves 28-day dry-aged certified Black Angus steaks.
Yes.
Oh my God.
That does sound amazing.
Phenomenal.
And then when you return after your shore excursion at 4 p.m. every day, we have a beautiful afternoon tea at Horizons. So you get the 180-degree view. You have your petit fours and pastry carts with finger sandwiches, scones, and clotted cream jam.
Oh my God.
I'm in heaven.
How do you fit that in?
And so very British.
Oh, you are so British. You had him at scones.
The scones.
Scones. Okay, now, all right. I just want to go back a little here because I'm so interested in the discovery tours, and this is another first for Vista. So I believe in some ports there are discovery tours and food and wine trail excursions. Oh, you can shop at local markets. I'll get lost there. Experience food in private homes. What an incredible experience there.
It sounds great.
Yes, Michelin-starred restaurants. God, I believe you've got a few favorites yourself, Jason.
I do, yeah. So we've taken it to a new level with Vista, but we do have it on all our ships. For example, one of the experiences I've been on in Argostoli, Greece, you join the chef from the Culinary Center classroom on board the O-class ships, and then you walk around and forage the town through the market, looking for beautiful things to buy before bringing it back on board to cook, all together as a group led by your chef, and then dine together. So it's really going to be a special experience. Things like in that Greek experience, dakos and reganda, food of the shepherds made with grated tomatoes on barley rusks, topped with feta cheese and extra virgin olive oil.
Yeah.
That sounds like my idea of heaven. And going back to the longevity thing, it has been proven that the Mediterranean diet means you live the longest.
You see, we're heading for 99 already. And I think, Jason, you experienced a terrific shore experience in Mumbai in India.
I did. I was actually sailing down the west coast of India from Mumbai to Goa. And we had a number of beautiful experiences in India ashore. But when you get back on the ship, the chefs create this beautiful chef market dinner. And it's a feast of Indian cuisine, just beautiful foods. And then, of course, finished with an array of desserts. So colorful. I've never seen anything like it. And of course, I had to sample everything. So delicious.
That would be absolutely beautiful.
Oh, my goodness. So let's have a quick look at where Vista will be sailing. I mean, yes, I'm in love with the ship itself already, but I guess she moves. So where are we going?
Well, we're starting Europe with the christening that Peter mentioned he'll be on. And we're so excited to have him.
She'll be sailing around Europe from May, and that's right up until September, I believe.
Yes, so a number of beautiful sailings in Europe. In the first season in Europe is sold out. So we're really excited about that.
Wow.
And then it'll sail over to New York, and then down to Miami, and then across the Panama Canal to LA before heading back to Miami for the Caribbean season.
Oh my goodness. And that's right up until Feb of 2024. I might just point out that's my birthday month.
Excellent. Yeah. But sadly, you did hear Jason say they were fully booked. But I'm sure you can squeeze one more aboard, Jason.
I'll
See what we can do there, Rose.
I'll do the dishes. Okay, so she actually then she sails for some longer voyages from the US to Europe for up to 35 days. Is that right?
That's right, and then heads over to Europe for season, the northern summer season, and that definitely has availability far out in advance. So we're looking forward to telling everyone more about those sailings.
Yes.
Excellent. That sounds really good. And of course, Rome and Venice, Barcelona, really popular with Australians.
We love those areas.
Yeah, Rome to Venice is definitely a favorite. I mean, it's so iconic, taking Capri, Messina, Corfu, Dubrovnik,
Absolutely.
finishing in Venice.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah, I think for Aussies, they're real bucket list destinations.
Yeah, and that's a lot of cities to tick off. I'll never forget sailing past Mount Etna, which I think the Vista will also do, where she's literally spewing lava out as you go.
Wow.
It's one of the world's most active volcanoes, but it's really, really amazing to actually sail past and watch lava coming out of a volcano.
Extraordinary. But okay, that's your thing. My thing would be this opportunity in Dubrovnik. You can actually practice yoga under an olive grove at Lockroom Island and cruise there in a small boat. Oh my God.
That does sound good.
It does sound good, right?
And you get included shore excursions in each city. Is that right, Jason?
Well, we do have the O-Life Ultimate offer right now, which is on select sailings, over 80 sailings. And on those, you do get a selection of shore excursions, in addition to an onboard credit and a beverage package. So it's quite a great deal.
Yeah, that sounds absolutely what you want.
Everyone's a winner. Okay, so now let's talk about the accommodation on board. And I'm told these suites are huge.
That's right. On Vista, we have 6 different styles of suites. From the owner suite, starting at 223 square meters.
Whoa!
Peter, that's bigger than your apartment.
I would say James Packer would be booking that one.
Oh my gosh, but at your place you don't get the complimentary laundry,
sadly,
the 24-hour butler service, the bar fridge with 6 bottles of spirits and wines, the champagne,
I am working on
the
this,
Bulgarian amenities. Oh my gosh, your apartment is not a scratch on this.
Nope.
Wow.
Well, you know, we have got a washing machine, but sadly, I'm still working on the butler.
So this sounds pretty special. So that's the owner's suite, right? But
Right.
the suite. Let's talk about the average suite. Like, what could the average guest on board experience?
So on our penthouses, they come in at about 41 square meters.
Yeah.
So quite a lot of space.
Yep.
Wow.
And then our veranda staterooms are 27 square meters with teak veranda, a writing desk, and our famous tranquility bed.
A tranquility bed.
Now they are the best of the best. If you haven't ever heard of a tranquility bed, then trust me, do your research. And this isn't just me because I'm a single mum. Any bed sounds like tranquility to me. But on board a cruise ship, this is something extraordinary in itself. So you had me at that one. And also I believe the Vista Suite is up to 171 meters.
Not at all shabby.
Is this a ship we're talking about?
It is a ship.
Oh
it
my
is a
God.
ship. And I think also there are solo staterooms, which sound wonderful for single travelers.
Yeah.
A lot of our readers will be interested in those. And we actually really applaud the fact that the Oceania treats singles with this kind of respect.
Absolutely.
So tell us a little bit about those.
Yeah, this is a new concept for us. So the first ship to have bespoke solo cabins.
Excellent.
So these staterooms, we have 6 of them on Vista, and they're made specifically for solos. So they have a Juliet balcony, so you can open the windows, have some beautiful air in your room. And they're 22 square meters, so plenty of space as well for solos. And then to cater to this growing solo market, we've added special events such as shore excursions for solos, but also a welcome cocktail so everyone can kind of get to know each other from the beginning of the sailing.
That's really amazing.
Yeah.
So shore excursions for solos as well.
Yeah, so they can become friends on that cocktail party
Yeah.
initial kickoff, and then travel together if they like on a shore excursion.
I think that's sensational. I mean, really, the reason people travel full stop these days is to find that sense of connection.
Yeah.
And just because you don't have a significant other that wants to travel with you or is available for whatever reason, it doesn't have to limit you from exploring the world in style.
I so agree. And I think, as again, I would say what it shows is that Oceania really respects single travelers. And that's really important, but also quite unusual. So, really terrific. I really applaud that.
And I will say on our smaller ships, our 4 smaller ships that we've converted some twin cabins to solos as well,
Cool.
because of that, increased demand. So
It's,
we're meeting that demand for those that would like to travel solo.
I think it's a really growing market. People are
Mm.
becoming braver, and especially with cruising, when you don't have to worry about all of those logistics that go with other forms of travel, then people are feeling more confident to travel solo, particularly in the cruise market. So I think it's a wonderful way that you guys are embracing this.
Now, Jason, just to get back to really essentials,
I
I've
know
heard
what,
you're shaking
I know
up
what
things.
you're heading towards
I
here.
hear you're shaking up things in the cocktail bar.
Back to Peter's favorite subject.
That's right. Yeah, when you join us, Peter, on Vista, or any of your guests on Vista this year, you have the opportunity to sample drinks inspired by the latest cocktail crafting trends. So we have a number of mixology events and classes on board.
Okay.
We've got this flavored mist bubble that we can launch from this beautiful, cool machine, which infuses aromatics into drinks. It's quite something to behold. It's quite a lot of bar flair that they'll be enjoying. But we also have a number of beverage cart experiences, and we've introduced enhanced bar and wine menus, new cocktails, as well as premium wines this whole year.
And so that will be fleet wide in the beginning, of 2023. This is huge, right? This is now officially part of the whole brand.
I have to say, it's a great idea because it actually gives that sense of occasion to going to a bar and actually encourages you to explore these drinks, which I think is a terrific idea.
Or even the culture around it. I mean, it doesn't even have to be about the drink itself. It's just that moment of everyone having a chat, relaxing, getting to know each other and having a bit of a play, getting creative.
Yeah.
And using the new technology. I think it's awesome.
This is what holidays are really all about. Trying something different and coming home and discovering you can't mix it.
You cannot recreate that moment.
All right.
All right. Now, I've also heard a little bit about something that's very intriguing. There's a bit of a chocolate pairing with a particular whiskey. Tell us about this.
Yeah, we definitely have this great partnership with Macallan. And we know whiskeys, rye, bourbons are very popular these days. So we've added a number of unique and boutique selections. And with this is a chocolate pairing, specialty chocolates paired with the Macallan Quest collection of whiskeys.
That sounds
All
lovely.
right. Peter, you have the whiskey. I'll take the chocolate.
Well, I've got my on the Bruegel 1888 Tea at Sea package.
Of course you do.
I can become a mixologist for the day and experience a Bruegel 1888 rum tea at sea seminar.
Oh my God.
Yes.
So, wow.
That's right. You can become the bartender, Peter, and you'll be equipped with all the cocktail making tools. You'll make Bruegel rum cocktails with tea while learning how tea's influenced the world since the 17th century.
Yes.
I think all you need is a handlebar mustache, Peter.
Well, I look, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. And there's even a Bruegel 1888 and ice cream masterclass.
No way.
It sounds fabulous. But I guess I'll find you at the bubbly bar where you can customize your own drink.
Look, I'm a very creative person. I also love a bit of entertaining. So, it may or may not be edible or drinkable, palatable, but I will have fun mixing it up for anyone who wants to join me there.
Excellent. Now, Jason, Oceania is famous for its inclusions. We've talked about all those specialty restaurants being included and how great value that is. But what else is included in these cruises?
Yeah, we really do pride ourselves on adding value to everyone's experience. So we've added unlimited soft drinks, sparkling water, bottled water, specialty coffees. So if you like your long blacks, lattes, flat whites, that's all
we do.
available, included at our barista bar or in the restaurants. And we do have a number of shuttles to the city center. So if you don't feel like doing an excursion, you just kind of want to do your own thing, we
Cool.
offer that as well,
Love
and it's
that.
included. And then room service, this is really exciting. Room service 24 hours a day. I always recommend it. It's a great way to start your day. Get breakfast ordered the night before. It arrives at your room when you specify, and that sets you up for the day if you'd like to get ready in your room and then head out to a shore excursion. It's a
Amazing.
Fantastic.
nice touch.
And I absolutely can't recommend enough having that shuttle bus service, because it means you don't have to shell out for an expensive excursion. If all you really want to do is soak up a bit of atmosphere, maybe go and have a snack in a cafe and look at the local shops.
Yeah.
Really don't know why everybody doesn't do it, but I'm really glad Oceania does.
I love just grabbing my camera and just going out and being a photographer for a day and being the fly on the wall, you know, and not having to worry about the logistics of getting from A to B. So that sounds ideal to me.
Spot on.
And I'll say, with all our eating, we have free fitness classes. So you can do spin classes, yoga, if you want to try those poses you mentioned earlier. And we have spin classes. Stretching is really popular. So a number to choose from, all free, all included, with experts in the field to lead the way.
Well, I hope so. The last yoga class I attempted on board a cruise ship was when we were at sea for the day, and it was quite a rocky day. And trying to stand on one leg while the waves were crashing, that was an extra workout that I wasn't intending, but it was so much fun. I highly recommend it. So I love knowing that those are all included. That can really make a difference in the long run. Okay, now, Oceania's entire fleet has been upgraded during the next fleet elevation, which, you know, it didn't come cheap. I believe it was around $150 million invested in these renovations. So I guess we can assume that all of these ships are, well, should we say they're ship shape?
Yeah, well, I must say I can vouch for that, because I've been on board quite a few of them, and they are in splendid shape.
Wow.
And the Vista will have a sister. I've been waiting to say that
from
all day.
another mister. the Vista sister. Tell us about
Allura is launched in 2025.
I talked over you there. Can you do that again?
And the Vista will have a sister. Sorry about the pun. When the Allura is launched in 2025.
Wow. Okay.
We're really excited about that. That's the sister ship, as you said, to Vista. And it'll launch in 2025. It'll actually go on sale later this year.
Oh, right.
Keep an eye out.
Yes.
It's going to be a hot ticket.
Oh yeah, that won't last long. And speaking of special deals and what's coming up, there are some very, very special deals that make booking now extremely worthwhile.
That's right. For the next 7 days, you can make a booking and get a wine bundle. So we'll add 3 bottles of wine. You can have red, white, and sparkling onto your booking. They'll be waiting for you in your room. And on top of that, we have the O-Life Ultimate I mentioned earlier on select sailings. And then this week, we'll also launch an extraordinary savings offer on select 2023 sailings. So a lot to look at.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so for people who want more info on that, I'm assuming everyone's grabbing a pen as we speak. You can just head to oceaniacruises.com, and I really want to make sure people get this one right. So it's OCEANIA cruises.com. Jason, it's just been fabulous. I love the sound of the Vista. I love the sound of the Vista sister. I can't wait to be on board as soon as you let me. I'm extremely excited about this.
And I'll be able to let everyone know about our visit after May. So I'm really looking forward to it myself. And don't worry, we will be back to tell you all about it.
And I look forward to joining you, Peter, and we'll have a great time.
That sounds excellent. Yep, me too. I've got my party suit out.
Silk pajamas. Thank you so much, Jason. We look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you.
And the next edition of Cruise and Travel, our print magazine featuring Oceania Cruises and more, is on sale now at selected newsagents, or better still, subscribe at cruisepassenger.com.au/magazine and get it home delivered.
Yes, please. And join 130,000 subscribers who take our weekly free newsletter for river cruise, ocean cruise news at cruisepassenger.com.au/newsletters.
So we'll see you next time on board whenever you listen to your podcasts. Now, tell me again, Peter, how did you score those Vista tickets?
Yeah, well, Rose, it is a long story, but I will tell.
Oh, God. Anticipation next week.